Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Josh from FB Imaging and FBimaging.com, and today I am excited to tell you all about a new photo editing program that is brand new. It has come out this last week from a software company known as Skylum. That another one of their programs that I use, Luminar Neo. I've had great success with. This is called Aperty, and it is specific for portrait photography, and it is an absolute game changer. And I've got my hands on it, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what it can do just based off of the little bit that I've learned about it in my time messing with it. So here we are. We have a raw photo, just a simple photo that I took of myself, and I didn't want to use anybody else's likeness in case they didn't like the results. So if this doesn't turn out well, it's fine by me. So what I'm going to first do is get a different camera profile than the standard one so that I can have more of a photo to work with after I edit the RAWs. So I deliberately kind of made this sort of underexposed, so to speak. And I did that by enabling high speed sync because I didn't really want to get much of the ambient light of the room in there. And right now I am just trying to pick a target. There we go. And that's going to give me my white balance right there and bring up my exposure to my liking. About there ought to do it. And that's going to show me where I'm clipping here. And now all this blue is where I have absolute black and I have no information there. So I would like to bring that information back. So a little bit of what I can do is to highlight the shadows to bring up the detail in there, but I don't want to do too much of that. I'm going to go into the curves, and here's our histogram, and then it's going to show that, and then that pretty much gives us the gist of what we're trying to do. I'm going to set into coloring, and this is going to be more of a personal preference, and a lot of this is coming to getting your colors just so that you get your skin tones looking natural and correct. So this is all very, very basic, and you're going to see this on most programs, and really where this program shines is going to be in some of its more advanced features. So I like to take the sharpness up to around 50. It tends to work for most applications. Structure, a little bit of this. I feel like it adds a touch to the face. So you can see before and after, a little something there. Make sure we don't have any digital noise in here. Take care of the luminosity and the color. So now that we're out of that, here's where the fun really, really begins and what you can really try and do some things. So I'm relatively lean right now, but if for some reason you were feeling self conscious and you really wanted to slim out things, let's just take this to a high degree. Okay, you can kind of see it a little bit there, but the before and after is really what. See, and it's not just that, but I've slimmed up the entirety of my head. Now, I if that's something you need or something you like, that's good. But for me, I don't mind that right now. If we wanted to mess with the eyebrow arches, we could do that and change that. Not really something, but the body is another one. So I could, trim myself down if I wanted to try and make that look better. Take down that midsection, you know. But who wants to go to the gym and work up to get all that mass just to have it taken away? Of course, what I could do is go the other way. Oh, check it out. Look at me. Been hitting them weights. I think that's a nice balance. I think you'll agree. Now, if we zoom in here, I mean, you see that, obviously I'm not perfect. This is just me off the cuff, getting a picture in, but you can start to see the skin clear up and a lot of the things that you would normally have on there that you can smooth out the skin. Now, personally, I don't like to do that too much. It's very, very subtle there. Now, color correction, there's a little bit there. These are all really minor differences here. The big thing is I can brighten up the face. See, that helps quite a bit if you want to bring that out in there. So, and if we have too much shine, which I probably got a little bit in this area, it's nothing extreme, but if you had some glasses or something like that, they could bring it up. But this is kind of the, the look, so it gives you an idea of that. Then moving into the eyes. So if you had any eye redness or anything, if you had allergies, you can take that down and knock that down for people. But these can all be very subtle, or they can be very extreme. Then we move into eye enhancement. So you're able to see that now. You can make the iris very visible. But as we look at the eyes, these are all pretty subtle at this point. I think some of the bigger ones are the slimming effects that you can have, and then things like this. I've never been super self-conscious about my teeth, but if you look at this, I brightened them up. Look at that. I look like a Dickens character comparatively. I mean, I don't even think that looks that bad, but that definitely looks better. Here's another one that I think is pretty crazy. So you'd think like, oh, why would I want to put blush on there? And to be honest, for the same reason anybody would. Add some great tones in the skin right there. And it's not over the top. It's not something that is going to, and you can change what color you want that tone to be. If you want to, go all the way to somewhere like that, which I'm not hugely a fan of. I think this kind of goes more towards the balance of the regular skin tone that I would have, and it doesn't bring you towards anything that's out of the realm of normal. Then this, a lot of these would be more applicable to some of your female clients and things like that. However, I'm just trying to display them here at this point so that I can show you on me, as opposed to anything where I would make a female look anything other than absolutely photogenic. Can add some eyeliner in there. Look at that. Amazing. Enhance those eyebrows. Look at that. Let's take it all the way over to that slider. You see that? Take that back down. And these are little things too, like this, the saturation in here. And what that I've found that it does is it creates a little bit of a difference in the contrast, because you can see there's a little bit of difference in the contrast, and it creates a defined line between the facial hair and the mouth. I think that's a nice little touch. But these are very, very simple things, and I'm just scratching the surface right now of what I can, what I'm going to be able to do with all of these things here. I've done all these incredible things, and then I like to take certain things and go back up the portrait bokeh. separate yourself from the background. Bring down the brightness in the background a touch. Now, here's another thing that I like to do. If you want to create something kind of moody, let's say there, you can add splashes of light, of dark. You can add cool colors and warm colors without necessarily altering the global aspect of your white balance. So I kind of like that one. And if I wanted to, I could add relight this and add in a high key, and it would bring that on there. But I really like the way I had the light set. I like the mood, and like I said, I didn't want to get a lot of the ambient light for the room. And if I wanted a vignette, I could, but the way the room is lit, I'm the brightest thing in there as well. If you have control over this, and the portrait's going to be way different. If I was doing some landscape shooting, I should say, it may make sense to do a bit of vignetting, but I'm not a big fan of it, and I've naturally basically done that with what I have going on. So as you can see, these are just barely scratching the surface of what can happen. So now I'm going to take care of any distortion, chromatic aberration, defringe anything from the lens. I was using this was shot at 58 millimeters. Yes, I think 58 millimeters on my RF 24-105 f4, the L series. I love this lens. It's fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crop it, get my lighting out of there. So you can take an average looking schlub like me and, maybe make a few minor adjustments and do that. And like I said, I didn't use a lot of the slimming features on the face, but I've done it with a couple other pictures, which I don't want to show somebody not looking their best beforehand. But you can kind of see the power that these tools are going to have and what the potential is for being able to really come up with some creative ways to bring out somebody in their best light. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this program. I think it's, from my experience that I've had with Lightroom and Photoshop, I like this a lot better. It seems a lot more user-friendly. It seems like things that I could use. This is what I have access to right now. I'm going to be doing a lot of portrait sessions for the upcoming holidays, and I think you should probably check this out. Let me know. I'm going to be updating as well some portrait sessions, some mini sessions, 5 edited images, all digital for $150, and I'm putting together some photo packages as I'm printing out my own high quality prints now that are probably looking at Christmas time is what most people would be using. I can print out cards, portraits, everything, family sessions, and I can come to you, and with me printing my own photos, I can give you great savings and pass them on to you. So give me a follow at FB_imaging on Instagram. Go to my website, fbimaging.com. Look me up and book today.